Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nikki C., all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Super excited about our guest that we have today. First, I want to shout out to our sponsors, Jose Escobar with the Connected Leaders Academy, as well as Patrick Rude with the Dirty Little Secret Society, and Julie and Noah with Breathe Capital Planning. If you want to know more about what we have going on here at Balm Global, you can check out www.buildingaleadershipmindset.com. You can check out our sponsors, our partners, and again, how you can join us on this movement of building a leadership mindset and how to inspire others, bringing my community members stories to our platform to give you hope, change, and shift your mindset so that you can go through to live out your purpose and what you were put here to do. Without further ado, we have our seasoned as a speaking master mentor, Margie Dunkey Jacobs. And she is dedicated to empowering individuals with the transformative art of effective communication. With over a decade of experience, she specializes in cultivating confidence, speakers who captivate audience with authenticity and clarity. Together, she helps unlock the full potential of your message, igniting a journey of self-discovery, influence, and impact that resonates with your audience, creating invitations to expand leaderships worldwide. Without further ado, let's get our friend on. Margie, how are you?
I am great. Good morning. Thank you for having me, Nikki. It's great to be here.
Great morning, Margie. You are just amazing. Thank you so much for connecting with us and accepting the invitation to bring your story here on Building a Leadership Mindset. We met through the Connected Leaders Academy, and we've been at some events together, and I had the pleasure of having you represent BLN at my business launch, Empowered to Inspire, last May, which you were absolutely amazing. I just want to say thank you for being awesome.
Wow, it was so much fun to be there. That was an amazing event. Wow, I couldn't believe everything that you did and all the people that you pulled together to run that event. It was great.
Thank you so much. We'll have a little clip of that event shortly on our break, but tell us who you are, Margie. Where are you from? And what was your leadership mindset growing up? And how did you have to at what point did you have to identify that you had to take charge?
Ooh, well, I'm one of 5 children. I'm smack in the middle. So I think my parents tried and thought, okay, we'll go give it one more go. And then when they had me, they said, well, we didn't quite make the mark. So they had 2 more. So I kind of grew up like not, feeling, I don't know. It was something that I felt that maybe I don't fit in with the 2 youngers and I don't fit in with the 2 olders. So there's me and, I'm just going to do it. But I grew up in Ohio with, really great parents. And then at 12, I moved to Vermont and froze for the next 46 years. And that's where I learned how resilience and determination and leadership comes in. But I had parents that thought you will go to college. Like that is the path. You will go to college. You will get a job. That is the only path. I had never even really heard the word entrepreneur. If I had, it wasn't in any part of my life. So there's something that happens when you start seeing how other people are living, how other people are doing, how other people are thinking. And you're like, I want that. And so it's something that grows in you. The next thing you know, you're driving to work with CDs. Well, I was with Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar. And, I'm listening and said, I want that. So I kind of sound a little like Jim Rohn. I want that. So, then I did what I call the good girl thing. Like I did the jobs. I worked for a living and I put a roof over our head. And when we had 2 children and we raised them, my goal was to give them the very best that I could give them that college degree that will get them. No. But That was my goal. So that's what I did. We got him a college degree, and then they moved to Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles. And I'm like, why are we here cold? Now I live in South Carolina and my husband retired. And when I came here, I said, here's the deal. I am going to go network, meet people, see what we have here. And guess what happened? I just met amazing entrepreneurs. Just, I was like, this is what I have always wanted to do. So that's it. That's pretty much it.
Wow, a lot to depict here, real quick, to really kind of go in. First of all, smack in the middle of five children. Are they brothers and sisters? Like,
I have
how
so
is it broken down?
I had an older brother. I had an older brother and a sister, and then I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Gotcha. Okay. And how was the upbringing like as far as connection? Was there, what was the age differences?
So my older brother was 6.5 years. He passed. When you have a sibling that passes medically or for any reason at all, it changes your whole being. It shakes you to your core about what's important and why you're here. But he
Mm.
was 6.5 years older. My sister was 5 years older. And 5 years when you're 11, and 7, or that's not a big deal. When you're 18, you don't want a 13-year-old hanging out with you.
Yeah.
So when I was 13, my younger brother is 3 years apart from me, and then my younger sister is 5. But it turns out that the three of us like really kind of bonded more. So yeah, it's
Okay.
good. I have a good relationship with him now, so it's good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I too had a brother as well and also lost him. You heard my story.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to not have any siblings, but I was blessed to have like a large family with cousins and aunts and things like that. So, um, tell us a little bit more about the that whole college concept. What do you think about it now after going through it and just listening to our just for our listeners who maybe haven't got that college degree or haven't got that certification, and what entrepreneurship looks like and does it need it?
Well, I'm never going to tell anybody not to get a further education because it's all about learning. So if
Mhm.
you take it as a tool, yes. Do you want a $250,000 tool? Okay. Because, 4 semesters or 4 years, that's about what it's going to be. But it isn't necessarily about the degree that you have. It is the degree of your enthusiasm and your energy and your determination that is going to put money in your bank account in a way that you can't even fathom. I am not against jobs. I am not against colleges, going to college. I'm just saying that the knowledge I learned outside of college, the knowledge outside of college is way more valuable in life as far as connection, relationships, the people that we get to meet, the people that we get to do business with. I'm I'm finally alive. It's like the light switch came on when I get to choose the people I'm working with versus here's your boss, here's where you're sit. No, you can't take that break. I'm sorry you have to go on vacation at this time, but we're not, that's our busiest time. So you're not going to be able to join them. What? What? Wait, you get to tell, I mean, you also get to tell me when I get to do what? No, that was what that's what I just bucked up against. I
Mhm.
couldn't have somebody else deciding how I was going to live my life. But jobs are important. You learn a lot of things. You learn a lot of skills. College is important. You learn a lot of things. You learn a lot of skills. So I'm not
Yeah.
anti anything. I'm just, where would you spend your money?
Yeah.
Would you spend your money if a coach costs $20,000 and you can earn a $200,000 from working with that coach? Would you do that? Or would you pay $250,000 and hope you get a job living in
Mm.
mom and dad's basement? It's,
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's tough, and I 100,000% agree with you as far as education and work, like all of that. It is necessary for your life skills, your soft skills, how to, communicate, which is important. I again, the 14 years I spent in corporate America in healthcare built who I was. It gave me that enthusiasm that I want to wake up every morning and I want to go serve and I want to get on these calls and educate these members. And how can I develop myself more with building morale, with all this stuff? So I totally get it. And I also did the college thing. I'm more of a, give me the information, I'll teach myself, and then I'll turn it in, and then you let me know if I passed or not, right?
Yeah.
I've done all my certifications online, even my college degree as well, both in business and in health information technology. And it's okay, but as a mom, I also decided um, to not pressure my son going into college if he's already in his element, in his purpose, doing what he loves, what he enjoys. So that's pretty tough for me to have to justify why I made that decision. So thank you on that. Just a lot of things to think about in life. And that's where choices come in. That's where you get to become the leader in your life. So can you tell me a bit about what challenges or setbacks have you faced and how have you contributed to the growth as a leader?
Well, I think once I thought, can I give myself permission to do this entrepreneurial thing or like, yes. So what will happen is the very first setback that happens is you're used to a salary. You're used to having paychecks there every 2 weeks, and that's a consistent flow. And then you start doing this and there's no consistent flow. So you're on climbing the mountain and you can fall back way back far and you're like, wait a minute, how did I get myself here? I'm back at the bottom of the mountain. I got to start climbing up again. So every setback that you have is an opportunity for a comeback.
Mhm.
Everyone. It's something that you think, wow, I am going through something right now. No, you are being made through something right now. You have to understand that whatever is happening so that you can climb the mountain again. So what develops in you when you're in that setback, you're in the valley before you fly like the eagle, that's the good stuff. That's the
Mhm.
sustenance. So don't overthink it like, oh no, this is where my life is. Nope, this is good
Mhm.
because the comeback is coming.
Yeah,
So keep going. Geez, I
absolutely.
feel like I need a church on a Tuesday.
Yes, yes, let's definitely do that. But it's so true. We were actually just I in my ladies of leadership group, I actually just shared a video about not giving up, and it was about the District of Columbia Miss USA that was in the Army, and she actually was met by a woman that said, asked her a few questions because she worked at Target. And I'll actually post this in the comments once this goes up. That she said, I think you would be the next Miss USA. And she's like, oh my goodness, you mean like Miss Congeniality, like pageants, like, oh my God, like, in the Army, we don't do these things. But she went for it. She actually went for it 6 times before she finally won in her state, and then was the first Black woman to actually win Miss USA from the Army, which was phenomenal. Like, but
Yeah.
she didn't give up. And that's the point. We're going to have setbacks. We're going to have these valleys, which has been probably the most joyous times that I've been in because I've found out what I'm capable of, what I'm able to come out of and get through. Um, Tell us a little bit about how do you maintain a positive and resilient mindset, especially in those valleys and those challenging situations?
You may not wake up at a level 10 and ready to go. And so when you're on with clients, when you're on to start the day, if you're at a 6, that's exactly how you're going to start your day and spend your day. But if you do a little bit of work, just 10 minutes of work, okay, I'm here at a level 6. What can I do to raise activate my soul? What can I do to activate my soul to a level 10 so that when I get on here, I'm ready to go? So when I meet my clients, it's okay, all the stuff that I have going on over here, because I'm here for you at level 10. So
Mhm.
what I have to do is I have to get up, I have to do some working out. I have to do a little bit of meditation, a little bit of reading, a little bit of journaling, and something that will feed my soul. And then all of a sudden it comes on, and I remember, okay, I get to encourage my discouragement because I got no time to play here. No time to play. I mean, yeah, we play, we get to have fun,
Mhm.
but we have a day before us. What are we going to do with it? So,
Yeah. And I love that you just keep giving us some nuggets on little simple things that we can do. If we can adapt to 5 or 10 or 20 minutes to our self development, how are we going to give 100% when we're serving, right?
yeah.
And this is in everyday life. It doesn't even have to be for entrepreneur. It has to be for everyone having a task to do each day, right? You get up. What does that schedule look like? Are you preparing it the night before? Did you, when you woke up, did you stub your toe to then throw your whole day off? Things like that happen. You didn't prep your clothes the night before. None of that matters when you just kind of stand back, breathe,
Yeah.
and make those choices. Do I want the rest of my day to feel like this? No. What can I do to change my mindset right now at this moment so that my day can be fulfilled with exactly what it's supposed to be, with abundance, with connection, with building, with relationships, all that stuff. And I think what you shared with us is a great way to do it. Those little things, meditation, working out, all that stuff matters. And a lot of times we just want to get up and start doing without doing a self reflection. So tell us about how often do you self reflect in your business, as far as just your mindset as well as your actual organization, your system? Are there things that you're updating, switching up? Like, how does that look like for you? How often are you doing that?
Well, actually, I do it nightly to just gauge, did I get done what I wanted to get done today? And we all have to-do lists, but if you change it to a must do, I must do these 3 things by noon tomorrow. They will get done. And I also have a partner that I work with, and she and I meet every Monday. And we say, what are we doing this week? What are our goals for this week? And we are hard on each other. We're like, she's like, I'm reaching out to 10 new people. And I'm like, well, I'm reaching out to 11. And she's like, you always got to go the extra. Well, it's because, but would I wake up on my own and say, okay, I'm going to reach out to 11 and then go to bed? Well, I never really did it. Oh, well, next day, next day. But if I've got someone there that I have to report to, and we're just doing this to ourselves to create this. But
Mm.
yeah, it's
That's what you call intentionality. That's what you call accountability. Sometimes we don't hold ourselves accountable. We need someone to kind of bring us back to reality, like, hey, did you check those things off your to do or your
yeah,
must do? Which I love that that aspect. Just like a vision board, I think it should be an action board. I heard that from someone, which is absolutely amazing. You can look at it, but if you're not actually adding tasks
I
to
like
getting
that.
it done and doing the actual work, then what is it really for?
I like
you
that.
know so I know I like to adopt all this stuff and say, what can make me better? What can make me move forward? How can and this is what we have to start asking ourselves. What are a few questions you want to let our audience know that they should be asking themselves every day?
Really, what is it that you love to do? What is it that you really want for your life? People are like, I don't know. Well, you get to have the time to make that. Like, if you want for your life to be able to live on a lake and have a wonderful home and have friends come over and have business people and do masterminds together, and then everybody writes checks for $10,000 and you donate $100,000 and you build a community in Uganda where they have nothing. That's cool. That's so decide what you want for your life and go for it every day. And the obstacles are going to come, but I can tell you, you're not going to hit the goal if you just take the arrow and like throw it. You have to pull it back.
Yeah.
So when you're pulling it back and it feels painful and it's like, that's because that's how you're going to hit your goal.
Hard.
So,
And right on point. I love that. You actually just gave me chills with that vision. Like I seen that happening. Like I visualized that as you were stating it, just kind of pulling back and not falling into the temptation of letting go because it just hurts too much or it's just too much work, but really holding on to that grip and just knowing that you're in control at 100% of the time. And when you let it go, when you're ready to soar, to fly, to get that idea out there, to get that mastermind, whatever it is that you're doing, that when you let that arrow go, it's going to hit right on point exactly the way it's supposed to.
yeah. And
But you have to nurture it.
that's it, Nikki. And you're a parent, right? We're never really ready. It's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's have a baby now. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. Like, I'll dare say boldly that ready is a lie because
Mm,
just do it.
mm.
Just do it. Life is once. We get it now. Just do it. Yeah, good old Nike. They knew what they were doing.
Yes, 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 yes. And I love that you said ready is a lie. Like it is a lie. It's the lie that we feed ourselves. Oh my goodness. This has been so amazing, Margie. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we are going to listen to our sponsors and check out our Empower to Inspire sizzle reel. And then we're going to come back with Margie and how you can get a hold of her, what she's working on, and all that good jazz. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line, and of course, grow your circle and your network like never before, this is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JAESCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
Hello, hello. Did you see yourself, Margie?
I've never seen that. It's so cool.
Yes, I will definitely share it with you so you can have it. I got to share some of your clips as well and your photos. So we'll definitely get that over to you. We had a blast
Yeah, it was so
just
good.
being in community and really just bringing the message of telling your story and how do we empower each other to really take our purpose to the next level. But yeah, you did an amazing, and I love every time I see that video and you're going like this, I'm like, she just knocked it out the park. I just love it. That was the energy that we felt there. So
Yeah.
thank you again for representing them. I look forward to having many more of those. So tell us, Margie, what is it that you do? How do you serve? We talked about, the speaking mastery mentor, and I know you do a couple other things. So share with us what led you to where you're at today.
Sure. Well, when I said that I had always had a salary, so when I got into business, I just started paying for everything until there wasn't any money left in the till. And then I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? So I ended up literally, it was a Friday afternoon when my husband said, if we don't have any way to pay this by Wednesday, we have to claim bankruptcy. And that scared me. I'm like, how in the world, when I say tumbling back down the mountain, um, and on Monday, I made a phone call, and 24 hours later, I had funding for myself. But here's the thing: I got declined. They said, "We're sorry you don't qualify." And there was a phone number on there, and I called up and said, "What else can I do?" So if you can always ask that question, what else can I do? Don't accept what's coming to you. And so I called the number. They said, well, if you just pay down your credit card a little bit, we can get 30,000. And I'm like, okay. So I had literally skimmed bankruptcy by 12 hours. And when I say that, how can I do this for other people? They said, well, we're going to open a partnership program. You would be one of the first ones to become a CEO partner. I said, I'm in. Take whatever you need to take from the funding that I got. Let me help other people. And I've now helped over 250 people get funding. That's really fun at 0% financing, and it lets us bridge the gaps. But in that, I can tell you that the love that I feel when I help a client go from really, really scared to really confident when they speak is much more fulfilling for me. And that's why I'm the speaking mastery mentor, because now I am really loving working with people, getting them to level up to that speaker that they want to be. So I have a new program called From Mike to Millions. And, anybody that's in your community, I would be more than happy to give a special code, the Nikki code.
I like
And I
that.
can set
Or
that
the
up
mom code.
personally. But if you go to From Mike to Millions, you can certainly reach me. But I have a calendar. It's on Ask Margie, Margie, Ask Margie Dunky, DUNKI.com. And that gets you to my calendar. It tells you a little bit more who I am. And I would love, love, love to just connect and see what's on your heart and see if you have a message that you want to share.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually, just going a little bit back to the funding, I actually got a link with you because I didn't want finances to be a burden for our members that really
yes.
need some of the programs and the coaching. So that's available at Bomb Global. But I would love for you guys to connect with Margie. She knows what she's talking about. Amazing at what she does. Tell us a little bit more about the program. What would they be looking forward to? Or did you want to have a discovery call with them to kind of see where they're at? And what's your ideal client?
Well, thank you. Yes. And of course, if you're needing funding, let me help you with Nikki with supporting Nikki to do that, because you can partner with Nikki. That's the fun part about it. And so there's that piece of it. But the and now I've forgotten the question.
The second question is about your Mike to Millions program. What would they expect?
Oh, definitely. So if you're coming in, we're gonna create your signature talk. We're going to make it so that you not only have a 30-minute signature talk, you have a 45-minute one, you have a 5-minute one, you have 15-minute, you have a 3-minute one. If you're on a contest and virtual and you want to win that contest and win all sorts of prizes, that's what we get. And then we get your speaker sheet on one sheet. It's a call to speaker one sheet for a reason. It's not 2 sheets. It's not 3. It's not a media kit. It's a speaker one sheet, and we nail that thing. And then we get your bio, very succinct and short. So your bio is very powerful, and it says who you are and how you give back. So those are the things that we do right out of the gate. And then we work on your tone, your inflection, your gestures, making you a dynamic speaker and not a boring speaker. So we have a lot of fun. I've had people absolutely terrified to speak in front of people that are now speaking in front of 500 people with confidence. So it's fun.
That's
So
amazing.
that's my love, the From Mike to Millions. And it's a new program. I just launched it as of January. So it is going to go.
I
We're
am
having
so
fun.
I am so excited for you. And all of that is absolutely important. I know a lot of people that want to become speakers, but again, they just want the opportunity. They don't want to do the work to get there. And there's different things that you have to do. It's just like a resume. Like when I used to interview, I used to be like, there's 2, 3 pages. It should be a 1-page resume. We should be able to know all about you in just 1 page. That same goes for becoming a speaker. And how important is it to you when you see those fears just fade away and that confidence just really seep in and they step into that role? How does that feel for you? How gratifying is that?
Oh, it brings tears to my eyes. I'll be emotional right now because here's a person that's always had this in them and they've just hidden it. And now they get to experience what it's like to be this new confident person. Now, I'm not saying that your knees are never going to shake when you get on in front of a stage, but there's a lot of techniques, a lot of little skills, a lot of things you can do to make it less. I'm about to go speak on a stage in front of 250 people. And so I have to, it's not about memorizing it. I had a coach that said, you need to memorize everything. Well, this girl isn't a young chick. So when I got to the point where I went up and I looked at everybody's face, I couldn't even remember one word. And it was horrible.
Oh,
Now, I mean, I teach you, you start with a heartfelt statement, and it's not on December 6th, my grandmother died. No, if she died on December 6th, let's talk about what your grandma meant to you to start. So we have a structure, and we get you to the point where you are excited to serve instead
mhm.
of I have to speak.
It's a mindset. It all starts with the mindset and what we put, um, those thoughts we put in our head, or we allow the inner hater to kind of take over that, right? But I love that you are helping people get that 30-minute speech, 45-minute, but all the way down to 3 minutes with still probably having the same impact, because there's going to be times where you have to be ready to fill in a spot. You never know when that opportunity is going to
Right.
come. I think we witnessed it at BLN. And what was her name? I have to get her name, but she stepped up right in the spot, because someone else did it. You never know who's going
You
to give
never
you that
know.
opportunity and what that timeline looks like. But if you're prepared ahead of time, as Margie will get you, you'll have that opportunity to go in with confidence. And I've heard her speak. I actually love the the model that you use, or the prop that you use, right, was a piece of paper. We folded it and we did some stuff. Can you tell us a little bit about that concept? Because I thought it was very, very important. And I actually just witnessed it somewhere else. And I just kind of wanted to get your perspective and share with our audience about, what
Yeah,
this.
sure. If everybody took a piece of paper right now, you take a piece of paper, and I don't know if you have one, Nikki, but
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right with you.
you take a piece of paper and I say, fold the paper. That's it. Those are the instructions. Fold the paper. I guarantee you, Nikki and I have already probably done it differently. It looks like we've done it the same. Now, I'm going to say tear a little piece off in the upper right-hand corner, right? So we tear a little piece off in the upper right-hand corner, and then we fold it again. Tear a little piece off in the upper right-hand corner, and we fold it again. Tear a little piece off in the upper right-hand corner, and we fold it again. And then you go, oh, I cannot tear a little piece off in the upper right-hand corner. It's too hard. It's too hard. Mine's not working. I just want to quit. Oh, you know what? Maybe you've got it to the point now where it's going to work. So, Nikki, if you open your paper and I open mine, mine well, ours are very similar. I'm actually impressed. Very similar, but paper could, like, I've seen them where they're just all different. Like when you do a whole room and there's like a lot of different ones. So that's pretty cool. That just means that our mindsets are set, like, the same way. But it doesn't really matter. It just matters that you keep going with that. You don't give up when it gets really, really hard and you say, I can't do it. And that's why you have a community. And that's why Balm is so amazing, because it offers that community where you're building leaders together and you're coming together. So I love that Nikki does this, and I love that she has created this from her heart because she wants to serve. And so I love that people get to come into this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, our papers did look almost similar. Mine was a little bigger, but I couldn't get that last piece. But you know what I found and out in your teaching on this at my event is that we're trying to get that piece that we can't. But what if we decided to reopen it, shift our mindset, and then rip another piece off?
Yeah.
And be able to do that. And that's the not giving up part. That's just keep doing it, find another way, figure it out, find the solutions, and attach yourself with individuals that's going to help you get there. And Margie, you have been absolutely phenomenal. What a great, great segment we had today. Definitely a lot of nuggets. How, again, can people get a hold of you on social media? I know we can check out your program online, but just remind us again, how can we get a hold of you?
Well, there's not many Donkey Jacobs around, so I married that name. So I can tell you, if you go to Facebook, I'm gonna be the only one, and so you can find me there. That's a great place. Instagram, I'm just Margie Dunky, Dunki. And LinkedIn, of course, I'm Margie Dunky Jacobs there as well. So happy to connect with you. Even, I will say, I'm going to be bold again and say that the discovery call is not about me. So, but I'm kind of a discovery schmuggery. Like, no, 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 no. It's like, let's have a confidence breakthrough call. Let's have let me hear your message call. Let's have that kind of a call, because that is what it's about. It's about connecting, and if there's something there, we'll figure it out. But I'm not a fan of always having what everybody else is doing. So this is what got me in trouble in a job.
I love it. And that's why we re-ripped the papers off the same exact way, because I'm just like that. Like when people reach out to me and they're like, hey, are you looking for new clients? Like, no, I want to get to know you. Who are you and what do you do? How can we connect? How can we talk? It's all about, again, I love the breakthrough calls, right? You never know what's going to happen in a call unless you make that call, unless you are
Yeah.
intentional with connecting with new people that are really out here to serve. And I believe that um every single guest we've had on this show has been someone that I've connected to with very personally in our communities. I know where their heart is, and I want to make sure that they continue to get highlighted, because what they're doing to be the change in this world has been absolutely inspirational to me, to my team, to my community. And that's what it's about. It's about building these authentic relationships, finding out who we are. We're asking ourselves the wrong questions. And
Yeah.
Margie just gave us some questions that we need to ask ourselves. So definitely hit the rewind, put it back, take notes. It has been an absolute pleasure. I will give you the last few minutes to just share what's on your heart, Margie, to our audience.
Oh, thank you, Nikki. I do love what you're doing. And I love that you get to wake up in the morning and be creative. And again, I don't want it to sound like I'm against a job, but when I went into a job, I was told what I could do and what I couldn't do. I was told when I could go to lunch and when I couldn't, when I could take a vacation and when I wouldn't. And if I said, hey, I have an idea, they're like, we've always done it this way.
Mm,
So thank you, but we've always done it this way. And I started to think, wow. And so what happens is pretty soon a little bit of your soul just starts to go away. You know what? It doesn't. It's there. It's just finding something that you love that you can have, that you can monetize. It's not a hobby that we're in as an entrepreneur, it's a business. And we're in the business of helping other people. And I can tell you that no matter what it is you do, if you're doing something that helps rise up other people, you will live a life of joy. You will live happier. You will get excited about every day. You will hop out of bed instead of being dreading getting out of bed. And if I have a job ever again, it's going to be something I want to do because I'm excited about it, not because it's paying my bills. So life is short and not
mm.
everybody has the same opportunities, of course. So you got to do what you got to do, make the best of it. So that's it.
Thank you so much. And I will quote, which is also the title of my first book that I put out there, and it's Give Yourself Permission to Succeed. It is okay.
Yay.
You deserve it. And if you don't know how, connect with someone to get you there. It is imperative that you live your purposeful life on your terms, and you have the choice to do that. Thank you so much again for tuning in to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host again, Nikki C. We have Margie Dunkey Jacobs. You definitely want to connect with her. Have a great day, everyone, and make it count.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.